Alright, so this is going to be my first time attempting this kind of repair. So I'm going to be replacing the keyboard on this mid-2017 15-inch MacBook Pro model A1707. Alright, so hopefully we're going to be able to do this, but we're going to take a P5 or Pentalobe 1.2 screwdriver, and we're going to remove all the screws from the bottom. The customer, I think, already removed the cover at one point because they didn't latch this in properly. It's kind of loose. So if you want to see how to remove the cover properly, I have videos showing how to do that. But this one, because they left it like that, I'm just going to pull the cover off. Okay, normally what you have to do is you have to lift this side, and then once you lift that, you can slide the cover back. Oh no, my phone's actually almost out of space, so I might have to clear that up first. Alright, anyways, let's get all these screws out. This is likely going to be a very long process, but we'll see. Okay, if this video helps you out. Oh, and I didn't mention, make sure to keep all the screws in order because they are different size, shape, and length. So I put them flat side down like that on my desk in the pattern I remove them. And if this video helps you out, make sure to like, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. If it helps you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. Again, we did pop this thing up like that, but normally you would pop this side up and then you kind of have to slide this down because it has these little latches that hook under here, so you actually won't be able to lift it from this side. And again, I have videos showing that, so if you need that, feel free to let me know. Alright, anyways, I'll be back. I need to clear the trash from my phone so I have enough space to record this. Alright, see you guys in a bit. Alright, I'm back. So let's go ahead and take this thing apart. So we already removed all the screws from the bottom to get that thing out. Next thing we're going to use is a T5 or Torx 5 screwdriver. Okay, let's go ahead and zoom in here. If you guys are wondering like all the list of screwdrivers to use, it's actually best to get a screwdriver set so that way you have all the different bits rather than going based off of just the few. It's not a good idea to just buy like a few screwdrivers. Anyways, we're going to peel this thing off. Okay, it comes out like this. There's some adhesive holding that in place. And then we're going to disconnect the battery connector here. So there's this little tape thing here. We're going to peel that back. Once you've done that, we're going to flip this latch. Sorry. Hold that back. Flip this latch. And then we're going to grab this and disconnect that. Okay. Oops, why is it stuck? It's latched up all the way. Okay. You want to be careful with this cable. You don't want to damage it. So try and grab as close as you can and then wiggle it out. There we go. There's some adhesive holding this, it seems. So we're going to be careful. You want to try and keep the cable flat. And there we go. Peel it up. Alright, we're going to use the T5 screwdriver to remove this screw here. And that's so we can disconnect the battery. After you've removed the screw, you actually want to also bend this metal tab up slightly. Okay, right now you can see it's seated on. You want to disconnect the battery by lifting the tab up, and it should stay up slightly. That way the battery stays disconnected. Next, we're going to open up the MacBook. Okay, and we're going to press and hold the power button here. Okay. And we're going to hold this for about 15 seconds to drain any residual power. This makes it a lot safer to work on and greatly reduces the risk of damaging the computer. I don't know why, but my screen that I'm using is very glitchy. So I think I'm going to have to actually stop this real quick, stop the recording real quick, and I'll be back. Alright, I think it's okay now. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to disconnect the trackpad cable here. Okay. And it looks like we have to use a different screwdriver for that. So we're going to switch over, I believe, to a T3 or Torx 3. Okay, we're going to undo that screw. Oh, it's still glitchy. I guess I have no choice. Alright, we're just going to leave it, I guess. Again, you want to keep all the screws in order because they can be different size, shape, and length. Once you remove those, you can pull this metal plate off, and then we can actually pop this connector out just like that. Be very careful, you don't want to damage this cable. Apple designed this purposely in a way that if you don't know what you're doing, you might accidentally tear that. So what you want to do, you want to be very careful, grab as close to where the adhesive is as possible, and then pull it back this way as well as up to try and keep the cable flat. You don't want to crease it. Okay, just like that. And now we got the trackpad cable out of the way. You can see it actually also peels up the battery a little bit, but that's okay. Alright, next thing we're gonna do, let's actually do we have to remove the screen? I don't think we have to remove the screen for this process, but if we do, we'll do that. For now, we're just going to disconnect the screen connector. Okay, so we'll undo the screw here and here. Again, this is the first time I've ever had to replace the keyboard, like the bare keyboard on these models. I've replaced the palm rest assembly before, but never just the keyboard. So we'll see how this goes, and hopefully it will go well. All right, again, keep all the screws in order. Let's remove this metal plate. This screw here. All right, there we go. Take this piece off. And if you're wondering, this side has the silver and this side has like a little pad on it. Okay, we're gonna pop this connector out now. Let me zoom in. And we'll pop that out. Just get underneath the edge and pop it up. You can use plastic pry tools for that. Okay, next thing. Huh, are we gonna have to remove this? Okay, we'll at least remove the, let me see. We'll at least remove these plastic hinge covers. Right, again, using the T3 or Torx 3 screwdriver. Pretty sure we won't have to remove the screen itself. All right, once you remove those screws, you can lift it up and pull it out. And do the same thing with this side. Okay, undo the 2 screws. Too much stuff over here, sorry. Okay. So remove those 2 screws, and then we can lift this up and slide that out as well. Okay, let's actually continue removing all the T3 or Torx 3 screws. Okay, so we're gonna go over to this side. Let's remove this metal bracket. Okay. Just like that. And then remove this metal plate. I'm going to disconnect this as well. This is the headphone audio jack. If we want, we can actually completely remove the headphone audio jack by taking these 2 screws out. Not really necessary, but we'll do it anyways. All right. Okay. Let's see if we can pop this out now. Is it still held with something? I'm going to use my fingernail over here. You can use plastic pry tools again. Oh, it's still stuck in there. I don't know what's holding it in place. I don't want to just yank on it. So if it doesn't come out easily, I'm going to leave it there. Let's go ahead and pop this connector out. This is the Touch ID power button cable. So you want to be careful, because if you damage that, you're not going to have Touch ID anymore. I'm going to remove these 2 screws here. Okay. All right, remove that metal plate as well. Oh, it's actually popping up the connector without removing the metal plate. Interesting. If it sticks together like that, you could technically just leave it, but usually this metal plate kind of separates. We'll just leave that, I guess. Okay, what else? Okay, good. It looks like we won't have to remove the speakers. Okay, so let's go ahead and go here. We do have to disconnect the cable though, and you want to use like a thin, flat plastic tool. I just use my fingernails, get as close to the connector as possible, and then you can pop it up just like that. All right. If you use a plastic pry tool or something like this, you can actually get underneath. There's this little edge here where it kind of goes in slightly further than the edge, and you pop it up from there. All right. We don't need to take this piece out. This is actually to gain access to the built-in SSD. They have a special expensive adapter that you can buy to access the SSD if your motherboard is not working properly. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. It depends on the condition of the motherboard. Anyways, let's go ahead and get these screws out. Okay, it is a lot of screws. Okay, then we'll take this metal plate off. And same thing, pop this connector out. Pull that back slightly. Alright, what else we got? We do have some small T3 screws on the motherboard itself. So there's one here and then one on the other side. Let me actually zoom out here so you guys can see more. Alright, so we're going to remove these two screws with the T3 or Torx 3 screwdriver. Okay. Alright, we also have this connector over here. There's a lot of screws and stuff for this model. Okay. Alright, once you got those, remove that metal plate as well. Pop that connector up. I think this is for the touch bar. Right, we got the other speaker connector here, same thing. You wanna, there's an adhesive, but you wanna work your way as close to the connector as possible and then pop it up, just like that. All right, and then we got these up in this corner here. Remove this one. All right, and this kind of hooks over here, so you kind of have to wiggle it to work it out. Then we've got these two. Alright. Then we'll pop this connector up. This one's actually also sticking as well. Don't forget to pop up this connector. Okay. Pull that back. Then we'll peel this back. I believe this is the microphone. Flip that latch up. Once you flip that latch up, you should be able to kind of work this out, but you kind of got to be careful. It helps to kind of use this tab sometimes. Just grab that and wiggle and pull it back. There we go. Then we're going to switch back over to the T5 or Torx 5 screwdriver. And let's remove all the motherboard screws. I think we got all the connectors. I'll give it one more look over once we get all these screws out. So we'll get these T5 screws out. Alright. There's some dust stuck in here, it seems, so I will have to clean that as well. Okay. Another T5 screw. We are also going to have to use the T8 or Torx 8 screwdriver. Okay, there we go. Again, these screws are different. This one was actually longer than the rest. I don't know if the customer moved any screws, but from what I'm taking apart, this one was longer. Alright, we're going to remove the T8 or Torx 8 screw here, as well as the one up here. Hopefully you guys are able to keep track of all the screws. It is a lot of screws. Okay, let's give it a once over. Make sure we got all the connections out that we need to. Alright, that's all disconnected. Make sure nothing hanging over the edges are sticking onto the board. Okay, we do have to disconnect the wireless antennas. I don't know if we actually have to remove the wireless antennas. Let me try, because it's going to be tough to pull the board out if these antennas are in the way, I think. So we'll find out. Let's get this dust out of here though. Okay. Might have to use the fan and stuff later to clean this better. Okay, now we got all of that. Let's see about removing the motherboard. Should be able to just lift it up. You want to be careful because there are all these cables in the way that you kind of have to move as you lift. Okay, again, push the cables out of the way. There's some adhesive here. You want to peel that up as well. Okay, we're going to do that on both sides. The fans actually stay attached to the motherboard. Okay, peel this up. Just like this. There we go. Let go. The adhesive wants to stay on. There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and continue lifting. Again, be very careful because you don't want to accidentally rip a cable out trying to lift this out. I'm going to go very, very slow. Make sure you push aside any cables that might be holding it down. If it feels like it's stuck, continue going slow and check all the connections. Oh, I forgot to show you guys the wireless antennas. So we're gonna disconnect the wireless antennas. I just go under the tails and just pop it up like this. Okay, just like that. And you have to go under the tail, don't go under the front, okay? Just like that. There we go. Okay, let's zoom back out. Zoom back out more. Okay. Slowly, carefully continue lifting. Grab closer to the middle of the motherboard. And again, make sure all these cables end up on top. And there we go. You can see we got some dust in there we're gonna have to clean out. And we're gonna have to take all this stuff out. It's pretty dusty here. So let me actually clean that up real quick and I'll be back. It's actually really dusty. Let me see if I can show you guys close up better. So I don't know why there's all that dust in there, but yeah. Okay, I'll clean that up and I'll be back. See you guys in a bit. Alright, so I'm back. You can see there was like something here. I don't know if that's from like the liquid damage or what, but it looks kind of greasy. It's cleaning off a bit, but there you go. It made like a grease spot on there. I guess, oh, I see. Maybe that's from the coffee. Some stuff spilled through here as well. Right, I should probably see if I can clean that up a little bit. This kind of thing you probably have to use like water to do. I don't know if, let me try with a little rubbing alcohol. 91%, there's a little water in it, so it might work. I have my roll of paper towels. It disappeared. Okay, well, I'll use a piece of this paper towel here. Okay, and let's see if we can clean that off. Oops, sorry, you guys can't even see what I'm doing. Okay, looks like it cleaned off for the most part. That greasy spot definitely cleaned off pretty well. Right, the coffee stuff is still a little bit, but okay, I think we got it. All right, looks good. Okay, so we're gonna set this board aside and then we're gonna go ahead and continue with this. All right, so like that. Get an anti-static pad. All right, next thing we're gonna do, let's go ahead and completely disassemble this to remove the keyboard. So, let's see, we're gonna have to remove the fans first. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, let me move this over a little bit. Okay, we're gonna use the, I believe it's the T3. And let's go ahead and remove these screws. Okay, there's 3 screws holding it down. Actually 4. Okay. Right, and the last one down here. Then we gotta be careful with removing the connection here. So it's connected down here. Gotta peel this up slightly. All right, flip this latch back, and once we've done that, can we disconnect this? Oh, it's kind of stuck. So let's see, we're gonna lift the fan up. Okay, carefully, and then use that to kind of wiggle and pull that back. And there we go, we got the first fan out. We'll set that aside. Hopefully you guys will be able to remember all this stuff. There's a lot of pieces. Okay, we're gonna work our way over to this fan and we're gonna do the same thing. Again, I might have to remove the wireless antennas, but we'll see. For now, I'm gonna just leave it. Okay, there's a lot of stuff here, so let me move some things out of the way. Second one. This one also has 4 screws holding it in place. Okay, and then this one. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and lift this up, peel that up, flip this latch. All right, Same thing, lift this fan up, be very careful. Go slowly, grab this. You want to pull this straight back. You don't want to pull from here, you want to try and pull from here so you get the motion is straight back, all right? Okay, so we'll set that fan aside. Shoot, I think we're gonna have to remove the battery stuff. I don't know if we're gonna have to remove the battery itself, but we're gonna at least have to remove the battery screws for now. So let's see, let's get the T5. Okay, and we'll remove these 2 screws. All right, wow, that's gonna be a lot of screws to remember. Okay, let's see here. Can we remove the keyboard without completely taking that out? I think so. Okay. Next, there's this tab here. Let's peel this up. Okay, I have a feeling the customer peeled this up before already. Let's zoom in. We're gonna disconnect this cable. Okay, flip this latch up. And once you've done that, we're gonna have to get this out, but again, it is held with adhesive, so you wanna, again, try and keep it as flat as possible to peel up the adhesive. All right, and I put my finger here, so that way when the adhesive gets pulled up, it's not gonna just rip out the thing. Okay. All right, now that we got all of that, let's grab closer to here, and we're gonna peel this out as well. Okay, and there we go, we got this connector out. Oh shoot, we might have to replace this cable. This looks kind of bad. I'm gonna try and clean this up and see if this cable's okay, because otherwise we're gonna need this. This cable, as you can see, is 821-00612-A. Okay, I'm gonna try and clean it up a little bit and we'll see. Get a piece of paper here. Okay, let me go get a roll of paper towels and I'll be back. All right, I'm back. Got some paper towel. Just fold it up here. Get some rubbing alcohol on it. All right. All right, and let's see if we can clean this stuff off. I'm kind of curious if this was the only issue. That would be kind of cool, but, well, we're already taking the whole keyboard out, so we're just going to continue the process. Hopefully this cable isn't bad, because sometimes you can't tell. It looks okay on the outside, but then it might be bad inside. So here you can see the pins now, they look clean. All right, so hopefully they're good. I'm going to clean the other side as well, just to be safe. Okay, there we go. All right, we're going to set this cable aside. The other side, also this side of it looks okay. Focus. Looks okay, so hopefully we're okay with that. Okay. Oh God. Let's go ahead now and see about removing these screws and stuff in here. Okay, what do we got? There's a tiny screw down here. Oops, sorry, let me zoom out. Let's zoom out through the whole thing, actually. Okay, there's a tiny screw here. I don't know if that's a T3. Let's go ahead and give it a shot. Torx 3. No? What is this? Oh, I think it's a P2 or pentalobe 0.8. Okay, let's go ahead and try that. Yep. Alright, Apple's being annoying, using all different screwdrivers again. Okay, I don't know how I'm going to remember because there's all these spots. We got this bolt here and this bolt here. Okay, so let's remove those 2 bolts as well. You're going to need like either some very small, I don't know what size that is. Is that going to fit? 3.0? Okay, so there's a 3.0, I don't know what it's called. Hex maybe? I don't know. Alright, so we're going to use that. so that we can remove both of these screws down here. Okay, and this one. Alright. Uh-oh, got stuck in my screwdriver. Let go. It's stuck in there. How do I get it out? Will my magnet get it? Okay, we got it out. So you want to be careful not to get that stuck inside. Alright, what else we got? I think that's all the screws. I don't see any screws on the rest of this. So, likely the rest are all rivets. If you look at the back of this, they have all these little holes here. And I'm guessing rivets all go through there. This is likely an adhesive. Do I just leave this blue thing here? I don't know why they have this blue thing here, but let's see if we can somehow peel the black coating off of here. Oh, actually, they're screws, I think. Are they rivets or screws? We're gonna try and peel this black coating off. Oh, this is gonna be tough, isn't it? How do I get this coating off? Oh, it's a super thin coating. Okay, so this coating is probably gonna just tear. But let's see what we can do. We're gonna try and peel this up and see what happens. Looks like this is actually a thermal coating. Okay, so there's one screw and I think the rest are all rivets, which really sucks. Yeah, I think those are all rivets. That's not gonna be fun. Let's go ahead and just slowly, carefully peel this out. I don't think we're gonna be able to reuse this, but we can try. Actually, is there a second layer of something here? Oh, it's like multiple layers. Okay, let's see if I can get underneath the other layer. Okay, there we go. Let's get that out. That might work better. Let's stick this back down and let's peel this whole thing up. Okay, yeah, now we can actually peel out like this foil. And this is going to be a pain, of course. And it's randomly getting stuck and tearing itself, so just be very slow and careful with this. Okay. I don't know if it's all going to peel off nicely or not. Okay, so far it looks like it is. Alright, we're going to get caught underneath the battery, so let's actually work over this way. Alright, this looks like it's going to end up tearing itself because there's like a sharp point there, so you want to be careful. If it tears itself, it's not really too big of a deal, but it's best to try and keep it as intact as possible. Any sharp points like this, you kind of want to help it along. Okay. Oh no, it's being difficult here. Okay, just keep slowly, carefully peeling this up. Let's see here, I think this part is tearing itself. Okay, it's coming up. Yeah, this is like, it tears itself. It's kind of annoying. We're getting there. Good. Alright, I think we got all the difficult parts out. Now we can go ahead and just continue peeling this side. And come on, release. There we go. Alright, so we got all the keyboard stuff out. That's pretty gross. So I'm going to see about rinsing this and drying it off because you can see all the coffee that's spilled in it. I'll do that and I'll be back. See you guys in a bit. Alright, so I'm back. Clean this up. You can see it's a lot better now. Now it's mainly just the adhesive. Alright, mostly the adhesive. Hopefully it will stick back down properly. Alright, and make sure if there's any of this foil stuff that you kind of try and flatten it to make sure it's in the right shape. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside. We're going to see about getting the keyboard out now. Let's see what else we got. Oh my god, there's going to be a lot of screws to remember in here. Okay, so... Alright, so it looks like we got the corner ones here. We're going to switch back to the P2 or Pentalobe 0.8. Get this screw out. This is going to be tough. There's a lot of screws in here we're going to have to remember. Okay, so there's that one. For you guys, you can just rewind and you can find out where I took the screws from. For me, while I'm recording, I can't just stop in the middle, look back, and then check that. So I'm actually going to be trying to memorize where I got the screws from. Right, those two. And we got one in the middle here. I guess they do put little circles, like golden circles, so I can kind of know where it came from, which helps a little bit. Right, yeah. Okay, got another one here. Alright, and another one here. Okay, that one's not in a circle, it's in this like giant gold thing, so that circle and this circle. Oh, I'm gonna get confused. I don't know which one I took it from. I'm guessing it's this slightly raised one. Okay, what else? Right, there's a bunch of screws there. Let's actually take the bottom corner ones out first. I'm likely not going to put back all the broken rivets. We'll see. It depends on how they pop out. Okay. Usually the rivets just all break, so I don't know if I can remove the ones with this battery in the way. Huh. Might end up destroying the battery. Okay, then we got this whole row in the middle. Starting with that. Okay, at least this one has kind of a lot of screws that help hold it in place. So the rivets likely won't be an issue if we don't have them in. It's gonna suck if the cable is bad and then I do all of this and I'm still gonna have to order parts. We'll find out. Okay, so this one starts with that. This one actually, there's an extra one after it. Alright, and usually to do this, what I do is I put it inside like a big plastic garbage bag. So when I pop these things out, the little rivets end up falling in the trash bag so I can pull them back out. Right now, if I try and push this, you can see we can kind of push this through a little bit. I open the screen and I'm pushing through from the bottom. And usually if we just force it out, so usually once you get part of it up, you can kind of grab here and you can just rip this whole thing out. I'm going to try and keep my finger over here to see if I can save the rivet. So we're going to try and pull this up. Oh, it just tears itself. That is not good. How are we going to, if this keyboard's just going to tear itself like that, how are we going to get it out? Am I going to have to use a Dremel to get all these out? Oh my goodness. Okay, Apple designed this even worse. Let's see if I can get this tool underneath to help pop that out. What in the world? Yeah, the keyboard's just gonna get shredded to bits. I don't know how we're gonna get these rivets out at all. I think I really am going to have to just Dremel it. I don't know. I'm gonna have to use like a drill or a Dremel and just get all of those out, because it looks like the keyboard's just gonna get destroyed. Yeah, if I just pull this, the keyboard just gets torn. What a bad design. So how are we going to even do this? Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I mean, if I use a Dremel on this, I mean, I recently bought a Dremel, but metal flakes and powder's gonna go everywhere. And that's not gonna be fun, because that's gonna be risky to all the components inside. But it looks like that might be the only option, because there's no way. How can you push this thing through? It doesn't go. It just breaks. Like if I push this, I think the keyboard is just exploding. Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work. I'm gonna try a drill or Dremel, but basically, let me try. I don't think a drill's gonna work. I think I need to use the Dremel because the drill's not gonna line up right. I think it's gonna be tough. Let's see. We'll try. I'll try the smallest bit with the drill, and we'll see what we got. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just try and drill these rivets out. Actually, it kind of works, but not really. Yeah, that's going to be a huge mess. Oh God, I don't know, guys. I think what I'll do is I'll just rip them out, and some of the rivets pop up enough that I might be able to just snip them with a like end clippers or something, or wire cutters. I don't know. Let's see. So let's just try and like rip this whole keyboard up. I know the keyboard's gonna get destroyed, but shoot. Okay, I'm gonna need something to put all this junk in. I'll just put it all in here. Okay, so I guess let's go ahead and destroy this keyboard. We're just gonna actually open this up and push it out from the other side. Okay, if we can. Yeah, I don't know how this is gonna work. This is a terrible one. I don't think this is gonna work very well. Freaking Apple and their terrible designs. Let me see if I can actually pop those things out. Okay, I'm gonna need my other tools. Apple purposely designing stuff to be a pain. Okay. So, I can probably use these to grab it, so I'm going to use that and see if I can grab underneath. No? Kind of? Not really. No. It's just folding them up. It's not even... How can we grab those and rip them out? Oh, hey, that actually kind of worked. Not really. It just destroyed it. Okay. I guess we'll do that for all of them. Basically, we're just ripping the tops off of them, so that way the new keyboard can just sit back down on in place. Okay. Did they also put adhesive in there? My God, Apple's crazy here. Should Probably use stronger ones. Those ones might break. They're not designed for that. I'm gonna use these. Yeah, that's. I'm just gonna have to keep destroying these clips or the keyboard. Okay, I guess you guys know what to do. Just shove the whole keyboard in. Will it work if I actually lay it down like this and just press on it like this? Okay. Oh, this is gonna hurt my thumb. Okay, let's try this finger. Come on. Oh, man, this is the worst design I've ever seen. Freaking Apple. Can I use something else like this? Oh my god, even with that I can't push it through. There we go. Huh, was this screwdriver designed for this? It's gonna be all scratched up by the end of this video, but we gotta do what we gotta do. I probably should have actually popped all these keys off so that I could use them. Shoot, what a waste. What a waste. Well, I already destroyed them all, I think. Freaking Apple. Okay, well, I guess we're just gonna destroy them. Not much choice. Freaking Apple. Okay. Can we get it all out? It's all punched through now? Okay. Destroying my screwdriver. Good job, Apple, making unrepairable stuff. Okay. Shake all that junk off. Got so much gunk in here. Okay, let's clean this table up. Good luck to everyone trying this. This is the worst. Okay. There we go. Can we pull this out? There's one. Oh, there's a few rivets in the middle that are stuck. I guess we're gonna have to just try and rip them out. Oh, ouch. Okay. Come on. Come on. Okay. There we go. Alright, so there's the garbage destroyed keyboard. Alright, you can see there's all this stuff still stuck. Random letters that fell out. bits and pieces that need to be removed. They also put some adhesive in here, which I guess we'll just remove. Okay, what else? All right. Let's see, can we pop all these rivets out? Oh wait, this one is a smooth one. I can't use that. I need one with teeth on it. This might work better. No. Okay, this one. Okay. So now we just gotta clean all these rivets up. Basically, rip out the tops if you can to make them just into the posts. Because if you leave any of that mushroom topish spot, you're not gonna be able to put the other keyboard in place. Okay, sorry, I'm like trying to focus on what I'm doing and I'm not sure if you guys are even able to see anything. Shit, gotta be careful I don't damage the screen. Okay, my head gets in the way, sorry, because I'm trying to see what I'm doing and it's hard to kind of keep moving stuff around. Okay. Won't even come out completely even with pliers. Oh, sorry, I'm probably not even recording what I'm doing. Alright, and I have to be careful because we have all the screws all over the desk that we don't want to misalign. Hey, that rivet actually came out. But it's pretty rare that any of them will come out. Okay. These are the worst type of repairs. What in the world? I wonder what the meetings for these are. Is it like, how can we make these impossible to repair? Like, makes no sense. And also, if you're wondering why I don't just fast forward through this, that's because there's a fast forward button on YouTube and you can fast forward it if you want. Alright. I like to actually show how much time and effort actually goes into this kind of stuff, and also because it takes more time and effort to edit that kind of thing, so of course I just leave it as is. Okay. Alright. Then when you watch these videos, you can see how much pain you're going to go through if you want it, if you attempt this kind of repair. And you can decide if you want to go through that pain or not. I hope the other keyboard's gonna go over this just fine. These ones are actually screws. Alright, we're getting there. After this, I'll have to take it outside and clean it up again. that good? Oh shoot, are there seriously? Oh man, the rivets down here are not gonna be, that's not gonna work. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get these out. How am I gonna do this? Battery's gonna get screwed up. Okay, if you're gonna attempt this, just buy the entire assembly. Don't attempt to do the keyboard. I don't think it's worth it. Too much risk involved. Time consuming. Is that a screw? Wait, these ones are screws? Of course they put screws underneath. Okay, let's see. So they put some screws under here. I don't know if I ripped any of them out. I don't think I did. But it looks like, sorry, my head's gonna get in the way. Okay, looks like we got one here. Two. Three. 4, 5. Okay, so there's 5 down here. Okay, what else? Can we pull that out now without... Let's try with a small flathead screwdriver. Rotate this so I can see better. Okay, I guess I already actually tore the things completely out. Okay. I think we just gotta rip out this one here. Alright, I think we're good. I'm gonna clean my desk off now, and I'll take this outside and clean it up, and then we'll go ahead and see if we can install the new keyboard. Alright, I'll see you guys in a bit. Oh, is that blood? Oops, I think I cut myself. I better sterilize that with some rubbing alcohol. Alright, I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, so I'm back. Let's go ahead and see if we can get this thing reassembled. So we're gonna get this lined back up down here. Okay, slide that into place. Make sure the wireless antennas end up back on top, of course. Alright, any other cables, you don't want to smash them. Okay, so it looks like it's sitting in place, so hopefully we'll be okay. let's go ahead and start putting in the screws, again using the Pentalobe 0.8 or P2 screwdriver. Okay, if I remember correctly, we had these corner ones first. Okay, so we'll get that in. And we have the other other corner screw here. I gotta make sure all of these kind of click down into place properly. I don't know why they have this blue thing. Maybe it's just so dust doesn't get in. I think that might be the reason. Okay, and then we had one, two. I don't remember. Wait. 2, 3. Oh, okay. I guess we have that, so I can kind of see where the screws came from. So we have this circle up here. Okay. And then I guess we had the other circle up here. Okay, and then I think we had 2 in the middle. Hopefully that's right. Was it this one? Wait. Yeah. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I can't see what I'm doing right now. Oh wait, no, there's a metal piece there, and a metal piece there, and a metal piece there, and there. So where did these other screws come from? I might have to rewatch my video, guys, because I'm not seeing where those screws came from. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna rewatch my video for a little bit, make sure I get the screws in the right place, and then I'll be back. All right. Actually, I'll do the ones underneath the battery connector here, just because that one I for sure know. Okay. At least I think I for sure know. I can't really see where. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so I think we had this one here. If my head's getting in the way, I apologize. Can't really see what I'm doing if I. Okay, I think that's right. Let me double check. Yeah. Wow, it's so windy outside. Okay, get this one in. Alright. Get that one in. This one in. This one in. Okay, now I have to double check where all these other screws went. Actually, I know this one goes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that as well. Okay, we're getting there. Okay, then we had the 2. I believe they were here. I'll double check when I watch the video, but think that's where they were. I think it was like here. And I think here. Okay, so there's only 2 screws that I'm not 100% sure on, because if I remember correctly, there were 2 screws here. I don't remember where the other ones were. I guess there's screw holes here, but I don't know if that's where they're supposed to go. Okay, let me check my video and I'll be back. See you guys in a bit. All right, I'm back and I confused myself. So these screws don't actually go here. They go in the bottom corner. So hopefully I didn't damage the threads there, but they go in this corner here. Okay, and this one goes in the bottom corner here. I think the reason I was confused is because those other bolts go in there. I think the hex key bolts go in these. Okay, hopefully I'm right. All right, and then the 4 we had were this one. I was off by 1. This one. Okay, so this one, it goes here. I was thinking it goes there, but it goes here. Alright, and that's the good thing about recording what you do. You can actually go back and confirm, make sure you get everything in the right places. Looks like there's some coffee spill residue here. I'm gonna have to clean that up as well. Alright, let me get some rubbing alcohol over here real quick. Let's see if we can clean that off. Okay, there's some red stuff there, but all right, I think we got everything we need. Hopefully I didn't mix anything up. I think I got it all. So we can now peel this piece off, I believe. Kind of wonder if I should just leave it there, but we'll peel it off. And we'll just put it like the other one. So, oops, sorry. Now that we got that, we're gonna put this piece on. Want to make sure everything lines up. This can be a little tricky. We do have to get it underneath the battery piece here and underneath these little speaker cables. Let's zoom out a little bit. Okay, make sure the wireless antennas are on top as well. Okay, line up the little circle here and here. Okay. And we can kind of just like push this, stick it down, make sure all these circles line up. Looks like they're lining up nicely. Okay, so we should be good. I want to just make sure everything is stuck down well. Okay, I don't know why it's so lumpy here, but right, and that actually attaches to this piece. Okay, maybe I should double check my video again. I'm pretty sure we get these 2 here and here, but I'm gonna rewatch my video again just to be safe. All right, see you guys in a bit. All right, I'm back. So good thing I rechecked the video, because this screw, if I'm doing this right, goes here. Okay. And then we need to switch back over to the Hex 3.0 and we'll get these into this. So I'm going to twist these by hand first. Okay. Come on, go in. It might help to use a screw to get this in, but I don't know. Let's see. Because I don't think I can do it this way, can I? Because the thing is gonna just suck it in. Let me see here. Actually, that worked. Okay. Get that in. Okay, next one. If you can twist it by hand, it works better. Again, you can also try and use one of the screws to help twist it, because the socket thing I have is a little bit too deep, I think, and if I just start with that, it might get sucked in. But let me try it again, because it worked the first time, but you have to be very gentle and do this. See, now it got sucked in. Oh no. Alright, let me take this back out. Uh-oh. Okay, good thing I have tweezers that can help me get that out. Yeah, this is, I don't know, this is tough. Let me see what size screwdriver is using this. Is it the T5? T3? Okay, I'm going to try with the T5 screw and see if one of these is the ones that was in the motherboard. No. Uh-oh, it's the T3 one. Okay. So I'm going to switch to the T3 or Torx 3. And I think it was the Torx 3 that was in the motherboard. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hold this. Man, even getting the screw into this thing is tough. Come on, stay still. Okay, so there we go. Now we can use this to kind of help twist that. Perfect. And then you kind of want to just use needle nose pliers or something to grab this, so you can undo that screw and leave that in place. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to use the little hex 3.0 to tighten it all the way. Make sure it's good. Okay, perfect. Alright, we're done with that one. Let's see, what do we got next? There's so oh god, excuse me. There's so many screws here. So many pieces. Okay, I think we need to actually put this in. So we'll get this cable. Hopefully, again, hopefully we're not going to have to replace it. On the back here it looks kind of bad, so I don't know if it's just dirty. Hopefully it didn't burn or something. There's some coffee on it. Let me scrape it off. Okay, so we got that. Let's see if we can get this in. My head gets in the way, I'm sorry. Make sure that latches up, of course. Slide your finger over to latch it down and put the tape back over. There we go. Tape that over as well. Okay. What else we got? We got the fans. Let's get these in. Make sure the latch is up. Okay, line the connector up and pull that into place. Man, this is gonna be a pain. Come on. Okay, and then slide your finger over the latch to lock it down. Get this all lined up. Okay, looks like there's not really anything specific to lock it in place and line it up. And then I think, were these T3? Yeah. So we're going to get the screw in. I'm going to loosely fit it first so that it can move around and we can make sure everything is lined up. Okay, other screw. Screw. And the last one. Tighten that down all the way. Good. All right. And last one. Perfect. All right, we're gonna go to the other fan, and we'll put that one in. Okay, line this up. Get that connector into place. Alright, there we go. Slide your finger over to latch it down. Get the fan into place. Okay, same thing. Let's get all these screws in. it not going in? What is going on here? Okay, there we go. Alright. Last one. And go ahead and tighten them all down. Alright, there we go. Let's see, what do we got going now? I think we need the motherboard now, or the logic board. So many pieces here. Okay. And the tricky part, of course, you got to get the wireless antennas in as well. Okay, let me actually zoom out so you can see the whole thing, hopefully. Alright, let me get that in. You want to make sure all these cables are able to come out back on top. So make sure if any cables are kind of flattened down that you kind of bend them up. This cable is kind of flattening down, as you can see. I'm going to use this plastic tool to kind of lift it back up. Come on, go. There we go. Okay. Alright. So, of course, make sure this metal tab isn't going to touch the battery connector. If you want, I believe we can push or put that back down. Let's see. Yeah, let's actually get the battery screws back in real quick. So you're going to use the T5 or Torx 5. Hold this in place. I'm just going to loosely fit this right now because we are going to have to make sure it aligns properly later. So I'm going to get these two screws in, but I'm not going to tighten them down yet. Okay, you can see it can wiggle around. And also we have this cable that needs to be on top. Okay, you can kind of bend these down a little bit. Okay, let's go ahead now and grab the motherboard, logic board. Again, it's going to be a bit tricky. Make sure the wireless antennas are on top. Make sure these pieces end up on top, and the microphone here. Okay. Slowly, carefully dropping it down. Again, there are a lot of cables that you kind of have to keep an eye on. Speaker cable as well here. Okay. Alright, make sure this battery cable stays on top and be careful not to damage it, of course. Okay, make sure this cable ends up on top. That's the keyboard cable. Trackpad cable. Okay, slowly dropping it. This battery cable keeps wanting to go underneath. Okay, I'm going to use the plastic tool to help pop this out. Stay out, please. Okay, slowly lowering it. There's all these cables over here that we have to make sure end up on top as well. Okay. Make sure both the audio jack and the Touch ID cable end up on top there. Oops, we need to also get this speaker cable under there. It's still trapped. Okay. There we go. Alright, make sure those are on top. Make sure that's on top. Make sure this is on top. Okay, of course, now you want to go over and make sure everything looks good. Those two connectors plus this one. Speaker, trackpad, keyboard, battery, both. Okay, another speaker, Touch ID, or not Touch ID, touch bar, microphones, other power connectors, and then other piece of the touch bar, sorry, touch bar, other charge ports, Touch ID, or touch bar, microphone, and other speakers. As you can tell, I'm sick. God, I'm gonna die. It's not COVID though. Alright, so next thing, I like to usually reconnect these pieces first if I can. That way things are lined up properly. So let's actually zoom in here, and I'm gonna try and show all of these pieces. We can also put in the T8 or Torx 8 bits that were holding the heatsink parts in place. And again, I'm just going to loosely fit it so that way if anything, it can move a little bit. That way if anything's out of alignment, it's not going to be stuck that way. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and start reconnecting all the connections. Zoom in a bit more here. Okay, first thing, Touch ID connector here. This can be a little tricky. Make sure everything's lined up and then just pop it down. You don't want to try and force it in place if it's not lined up. And this is, it's going to be hard to show this on camera because I have to have it at a certain angle or it makes it difficult to do. Okay, here we go. Click that into place. And we'll click this one down. All right. Click this one down, of course. Okay, good. All right. Next, we got the speaker connector here. Line it up, click that in. Right, keyboard and trackpad. Let's do the keyboard first, since this one can't really move much. Trackpad 1. Okay, I'm not gonna stick down the adhesive yet because I want to make sure everything is lined up. Okay, we got the other speaker connector here. Click that in, good. Touch bar connector, line that up, good. Right, microphone. Get that in, make sure the latch is up, of course. Right, slide your finger over to latch it. Then we got the other touch bar connector. Right, the other charge ports. Good. All right. Then we got the wireless antennas here. Okay. You want to make sure it's all lined up. The way you know it's lined up, because these are very delicate, is if you get it on and you try and move it around side to side or front to back, it stays, and you can go ahead and click it down. All right. There we go. Okay, so we got all of that in. Let's zoom out and start getting screws back in. We're going to start with the T5 or Torx 5 screws. All right. Actually, let's go ahead and finish up the T8 or Torx 8 screws because we already have those in. Okay, you can also go ahead and push down the adhesive a little bit there if you want, if it's not sticking right. It's okay if it's not actually sticking down, but get it in the right position. All right, we'll put that away. Next thing, we'll go over to the T5 or Torx 5 screwdriver. Okay, let's do the 4 across the top. So I got this one here, this one here, this one holding the wireless antennas, right, this one next to the fan, the longest one, assuming the customer didn't mix them up, over here. Okay. All right, then we got 2 more. Let's see if I remember correctly. So we had that. Wait, am I mixing something up here? This one here, so that one's there, that one's there. I might be mixing some stuff up here. If I remember correctly, I think it's there. I'm gonna not tighten it too hard just in case. I think the other screws are smaller, so it's impossible for me to put the wrong ones, right? Let me see if I put this one. I know for sure it shouldn't go here, so yeah, I can't put that in. Okay, so I'm pretty sure the other T5 was here. There we go. All right, I think we're done with the T5 minus the battery connection, so let's go ahead and switch over to the T3 or Torx 3. Okay. And let's get back all these little connections. Actually, let's zoom in again for you guys. Okay, we got all of that plugged in. Let's get this metal plate back. Oop. Get this metal plate back up here. Okay, that one. Okay, and then we'll get this one. I'm trying to line it up perfectly before I get the screw in. Okay, here we go. You can see it rotated a little bit, so I'm going to try and center it. And then we'll tighten this down. Good. Alright, we got the two screws over here, so let's get those in. Alright, let's get the little plastic hinge cover in. It goes in at an angle like this and flops down. And we'll get these two screws. I loosely fit it first. Okay, and them down into place. I didn't forget about those screws. Let's put those back. Again, we didn't have to take them out. We ended up not doing anything with that. So I'll loosely fit it first, just so I can make sure both are in. Then we'll tighten it down all the way. Good. Alright, we're going to work our way over here. Let's get the trackpad cable in. Or actually, let's get the motherboard screw. This one. Okay, let's go ahead and get the trackpad cover back in. Am I mixing something up here? Wait, what? What am I? Oh, okay, I see what I did wrong. Okay, I took this out earlier. I think I took that out first. So I'll take that out. That lined up. Okay. Second screw. There we go. Make sure everything is lined up. Tighten it down. Perfect. Okay, we're gonna work our way over. Oh, we have this one now. Now it makes sense. Wonder why I put that one separate. Okay, get that loosely fit first. And this one. Alright, tighten that down, good. Tighten this down, good. Get the other motherboard screw. Get that one in place as well. Perfect. Okay, what else? Let's do the screen connector up here. Sometimes you have to push it down this way to get it to line up right, and then you can click it in. Good. Alright, get this metal plate. The screw lined up. I like to use this to help guide the screw like this. Go. Almost there. I hope the keyboard works 100%, otherwise that's going to really suck. Okay, tighten that down, tighten this down. We'll get this one. Alright, let's screw in. Come on, go in straight, stop wobbling. Okay, there we go. Other screw. Alright, there we go. Tighten that in. Okay, let's see, let's go on over to this side. So let's actually get this stuff in first. Got this metal bracket, you gotta hook this, there's a little hole in it. Hooks in over here. Once you hook it, you can let it flop over. Okay, line up the screw hole and get that in. Perfect. Now we'll get the other two screws in. That one. And this one. Alright, let's get the plastic cover, same thing at an angle. Then drop it down. Alright, get that screw in. Get the other screw in. Tighten it into place. Tighten it into place. Alright, then we got this last piece. Get that metal plate in place. Line it up. Get that screw in. Loosely fit it. Second screw. And tighten that in. Tighten that in. There we go. And there we go. Alright, let's go ahead and now get the T5 screw, battery screw back in. We're almost done here. Okay. So make sure this metal plate lines up. If it's not lined up, you might have to move it. I don't know if you can see, but the gold pins, if I put it down, are slightly further over this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this board over if I can. All right, and then, oops, and then now we're going to tighten this down. Okay, there we go. Now we'll take this T5 screw, put that down. It's still a little bit misaligned, but that's as much as it goes. Tighten this screw in. Okay, we're done with the T5. We'll switch over to the P5 or Pentalope 1.2. Let's get this connector back in. Same thing, make sure the latch is up. Pull this back. Get that in. Right, slide your finger over the latch. Okay, we didn't push this down, so push that adhesive down. Do I have my Mac charger here? Where's my Mac charger? Okay, let me get my Mac charger real quick. I'm gonna actually, let's put this piece back on, because the Macs, when you disconnect everything like that, you have to plug it in for it to turn back on. Okay, let's take that down. Okay, for testing, I'm just gonna put this piece on top like this. Okay, oops. So for testing, I'm just gonna put the piece on like this. I have to go get my Mac charger and click this temporarily. Okay, later I'll show you how to put it back the right way. Alright, but temporarily we'll leave it like that, and I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. Let's go ahead and plug this thing in. Okay. Alright, let's flip this over. And let's pray that it's working. Oh, they left some tape on here. Alright, let's plug this in. And trackpad's clicking, so that's a good sign. We'll give it some time to boot up. It's always a good idea to do a PRAM and SMC reset after this. Oh no, their battery's showing 0%. So I'm probably gonna have to let this charge for a bit. So right now it's clicking. Oh, actually it's turning on now. Why did it show 0% earlier? I heard the chime. Are you booting? Okay, I'm gonna move this out of the way in case it shows the username. Trackpad's clicking, but nothing's coming on the screen, so I don't know what's going on here. I do see it's like faintly lit, but nothing's happening. Nothing's on the screen. Let's see if I can do a SMC or a PRAM reset. Oh, actually, their SSD. Why is it giving an SSD problem? Okay, that's weird because we didn't touch that connection. But anyways, let's go Control-Option-Shift on the left side and power button and see if it does the SMC reset. Okay, it does. Now we're going to do a PRAM reset. We'll power it up. Command-Option-P and R. We'll keep holding this. Usually you'll see the screen come on and then shut off. Oh, it's doing a weird battery thing. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe we just have to let it charge longer. Okay, I'm holding the PRAM reset buttons. Okay, I saw it shut off, so now the volume should be on max when it restarts. There you go. And it's showing this folder problem. That's really weird. Okay, let's go ahead and take the little SSD connector out and see if somehow that will help. Okay, pop this open. And now switch back over to the T3 or Torx 3, I believe. And we're going to take this out. This is for the SSD here. Okay. And usually if something's wrong with this, then the SSD won't work. But we didn't move this, so it's very strange. Okay. Let's pop this out. Nothing, I don't see anything weird with it. Okay, let's pop this back into place. Okay. That's gonna suck if the keyboard is fixed, but it doesn't boot because something's wrong with the SSD. Okay, we'll close this up. Click that into place. Let's pop this open again. We're powered on. Actually, let me hold the option key and see if it does anything. Oop, nope. Holding the option key. Oh no, it's not showing a boot device. It's showing the internet, but it's not showing a boot device. That's not good. Alright, well, I guess we'll connect to the internet and see what happens. If that works, then the keyboard's good. It looks like the keyboard's good. It let me sign in, but nothing's happening. So I don't know what happened. Let's try the internet recovery and see if the SSD even shows up at all. If the SSD doesn't show up, I'm not sure what else to do. Starting up. This is going to take a while. Taking a while. Alright, I guess we'll give it time because this is going to take a while and I'm pretty sure you guys don't want to just watch this timer go by. So I'll pause the video and I'll be back. Alright, so the downloading bit's already done. It's still going, as you can see. I don't know why the SSD is not reading, so hopefully it's going to come up, but I don't know. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Let's go to English. Is it going to show the SSD at all? Disk utility. Continue. It does show the SSD, so I don't know what's going on here. Oh, did they wipe it? Seriously? It says it's uninitialized. What? So for some reason their SSD is wiped out, it appears. Actually, are there two SSDs in here? I'm confused now. I don't know what's going on with this. For some reason, can I tell it to boot this? But it's showing it's blank, so I don't know what's going on. Startup disk. can't start up from that because there's no boot. Anyways, it looks like we're going to have to reinstall the OS on here. This is at 6% right now. I'm going to close this up. And let's go ahead and get this thing back together. So we're going to pop this off. Okay, and then we're going to slide this in. So now we're going to get the cover on the right way. You want to line up the side edges here. And then we'll slide this into place. Get this side, slide that into place. Go ahead and slide this again, make sure it's all lined up. Okay, once you make sure these edges are all lined up, you can go ahead and pop that all in. And then we're just going to put back all the P5 or pentalobe 1.2 screws. And that's all there is to it. Hopefully this video helped you guys out. If it did, make sure to like, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. Excuse me. If it helped you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. Other than that, that's pretty much all there is to it. You're welcome to stay as I get all these screws back in. But yeah, I'll see you all in the next one. Alright. Alright, and there we go. Alright, thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Let's drop this. Bye.